This is Conversations
with Ronnie Keith
and Iris. Thank you guys so much for joining. This is
Conversations with Ronnie Keith
and Edie.
Yes.
What's going on, you guys? Thank you so much for supporting, listening, downloading.
Listening, sharing, everything.
Absolutely. Last week we had on Miss Heather Bowen, our travel agent to everyone with cruising, Universal Studios, Disney World Resorts.
She does everything. Isn't that amazing?
She does everything. So we had a pretty good conversation there with her. Nice interview this week. It will be Edie and myself talking.
I said Iris.
Whatever. And we hadn't had one with you and I in quite some time. So how's everything going with you?
Very good. Busy. He's trying to stay busy. You know how it is.
Yeah.
It's like never ending. When you think you have a break, you're like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that.
Weekends go by too fast.
They do. It doesn't even give you time to do much.
They really need to implement like a 3-day weekend, 4-day weekend.
A fun day. Yeah,
like,
that would be cool.
It needs to be continuous. Like we should only work 4 days a week.
But hey, guess what? Next Friday I have off.
Me too.
What?
Wow.
Woohoo.
So you're going to go do your thing? You're going to let me do my thing?
Never.
Wow.
When do we ever take a day off and do something alone?
I've tried.
Don't listen to him.
I've tried.
But it's now it's like when you're married, you're like, hey, I took this Thursday off and Friday. You want to join me?
You peer pressure me.
I do not.
Like you keep going. Like you're like, I just want to let you know I took off the day after Christmas. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You didn't do it
I'm
though.
taking the day off for Christmas. I'll be like, oh, okay. Hey, I just want to remind you I took the day after Christmas off. And I said, well, baby, I actually do have to be on for work.
Oh,
because
please.
a lot of stuff is going on leading up to 1/1. Oh, okay. And then a couple of days later, just a reminder, I took off.
Because you asked me.
And I'm like, listen.
He'll forget. No, sir. No.
No,
You will forget. And then he'll be like, hey, I didn't know you were off. Like he pretends like he doesn't listen.
Listen, no way.
Yes, sir.
It's random.
You don't listen.
No, it'd be the random days that you
don't
have
believe
off.
that crap.
The holidays, I know when you have it off because you're going to beat it in my head.
Nope.
Because you're basically telling me you better take them damn days off.
No,
and I'm just like, oh, okay.
No. I don't think there's ever a day that I'll tell you, hey, I'm taking this day off because I just have a whole bunch of doctor's appointments or.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. But the day after Christmas or the day before, you will let me know.
Yeah, I wanted to be off that day. I needed to digest all that wonderful food we had.
Yeah, it was cool. So we started off the year
with a bang.
I think did we talk about it already about
our
we did
anniversary?
Talk about anniversary.
Yeah,
yes, we did.
That was a good episode. We had some great feedback.
Yeah, we really did. Now, we did something a little different. We don't normally, for our anniversary, we have taken trips, right? Mm-hmm. But normally we don't start taking like our vacation trips until later on in the year, right?
Because of our silly jobs.
Right.
When you work in healthcare, 1/1 is crucial.
Big time. But this time we took some time off.
We did.
And we went out of the state. We went to good old Tennessee.
Good old country town.
Tennessee, Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge.
Very country.
Seaverville. We went there for a week. It was our cousin's birthday. She wanted to do she wanted to do a nice little family trip.
In a cabin.
For all of us. I had never
in the
been
snow, in the cold.
Yeah, I had never
Crazy
been to Tennessee
girl.
before. That was my first time going to Tennessee.
Yeah, mine too. And seen snow.
I've seen snow.
I'm sorry for those that are listening to us. I am a islander type of girl, born and raised in Puerto Rico.
From the Caribbean.
Yeah, so we never barely see snow. I mean, we don't see snow, period. Yeah. So that was a first for our son as well to see it.
Yes, and Kendra.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sister-in-law actually got to see it. She was all excited.
Yeah, so we went there. If you haven't listened to what I had to say about Tennessee on the Short Desk Podcast. You're going to hear about it today. So before I begin, tell me your thoughts about this trip to the cabin. We had just to give you guys a little background on it. We did have a little bit of a trouble there because when we got there, my aunt had a cabin that she had booked, almost a year in advance. It was going to be a 5-bedroom.
Did she really book it a year in advance?
Almost, yeah.
Oh
I think it was
gosh.
booked almost a year in advance, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah, she booked it a long time ago.
Poor auntie.
So she booked it, had us there. We were going 6, I think, no, was it 5 bedrooms or 6 bedrooms? 5 bedrooms, I think.
6 bedrooms?
No, I think it was 5 bedrooms and 5.5 baths.
Oh, okay.
A movie room, jacuzzi, all these things.
Very
right?
nice. In the mountains?
Yeah, in the mountains. So
beautiful.
we got there. We actually drove to Atlanta and stayed the night in Atlanta. And then the next morning we got up and got to Tennessee.
But no, you got to give them the Cliff version. I love the Cliff Notes version here because we got to break it down, the drive to Atlanta.
Oh, yes. So my aunt
my
is
God.
an avid Sam's
Crazy.
Club member. I mean, she loves Sam's Club. So we were driving and she said that she was going to handle the gas going up. So we had to find Sam's Club.
Everywhere.
And one particular place it took us when we were about, I want to say maybe an hour and a half away from Atlanta, or 2 hours. It took us to Albany, Georgia. Well, we're thinking, okay, she wanted to find this Sam's. It was a 30-mile ride off of 75. But when we got off of 75, bruh.
Very country.
No, not very country. Very Confederate slave, 1800s. Listen, we're driving down this road.
We were going to get shot.
I look to my left, and there's damn cotton fields over there.
Oh, yeah, we did see cotton.
Cotton fields. Do you hear me?
Like legit cotton fields.
Legit cotton fields. I said, listen.
Pissed me off.
Y'all, we in the wrong space. Because there's cotton fields over there.
What was going through Auntie's head when we were driving through here?
When she saw that, she was like, whoa. I said, yeah, whoa. All of us was like, whoa.
Well, you see, we did not ride together, which I was a little pissy about.
Yes.
But I felt bad for cousin because I didn't want her to drive alone.
Right.
She made my sister-in-law drive, who was, poor thing, bendito. She did not want to drive.
She didn't want to drive.
Much love to you, Kenny. Your driving skills are amazing. But anyhow, we didn't even focus on that because we were jamming to like 90s R&B and hip hop. We were like just jamming and living it up. And I know that we were like, where are we going?
Man, listen, when I saw that we was on an off-road, I'm paying attention to everything as I drive. And I looked over there. I said, wait a minute, y'all. There's cotton fields over there. Like literal big cotton fields. So that was creepy. So we went off course there.
And it took forever. To Orlando to Atlanta, it should be 6 hours.
Yeah,
but it ended up being 10, 11 hours. It was not the greatest. Let's be real. It was not the greatest experience.
Yeah, because
the whole driving trip was horrible.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, driving was.
It was not the greatest. I actually regret not flying.
Yeah, it was very, very long and scary. So then we stopped at every Buc-ee's, which I
it was horrible. But I
enjoyed that.
I enjoy that, but again, when you are traveling with Medicare AARP folks, elders, you have to stop a certain amount of time in the road.
Yes, you do.
So that was very frustrating.
But I was okay with that because you needed to stop every 2 hours.
Yeah. I got to walk the leg.
Yes,
especially when you have blood clot prone and all that.
Yeah,
so
you got to stop every 2 hours.
You have to walk every 2 hours.
So you're part of the Medicare AARP.
No, I actually stopped every 2 to 3 hours.
That's when we stopped.
But there's no reason why it should have taken us 10 hours to get there.
We stopped. We also went to Carol Sausages.
Oh my God, the Carol Sausage.
So that took a couple of hours there too.
Yeah,
we had to. But then after that, the next day we headed to Tennessee. And it was, without a doubt, the closest I've been to death in my life.
Oh my God.
We drove around.
Dramatic.
Listen, that was a scary mountain that we were driving around with no railings, 2 lanes, in the dark.
You do know you're talking to a Puerto Rican.
But you ain't drove in Puerto Rico. You rode as a kid.
You're right, but I'm not intimidated driving through them. Well, if I had the opportunity to drive through those mountains, I would have done them as a G. True, like I would have been like, hey, with one hand.
But you guys have like a death wish when you drive. So
no, we don't. And then over there in Puerto Rico, they're more steeper, the mountains.
That's fine. Again, you guys
we
don't
grew up with
care
that.
About life when you drive.
Oh my God! Don't listen
very
to that.
Evident
don't listen
with you guys.
to him.
If you ever come across a Puerto Rican driving in Orlando or Florida, period, you will understand they do not care about life at all.
We do care about life.
I don't even know if they understand what the stop sign means.
Child, please.
See, so we get there, we're driving around, and it is creepy and scary.
It was very dark.
Very dark.
But, you know, I think it was very cute when we came in. Look at that. I'm saying, yes, it was cute when we came in because it looked like a Hallmark movie, like with the snow and just beautiful.
I didn't think about that till after we left. So we get around
I thought it was so beautiful.
Creepy mountain. So let me tell you, let me back up here. When we get to Tennessee, we stop at a Buc-ee's. And the funny thing about it is, I'm driving with my mom, my aunt, and my son in the car, right? And I don't want to drive crazy because I have my mom and my aunt in the car. And in the other car are all the young ladies, my wife, my sister, my cousin, right?
Yeah.
And my other cousin. So my 2 aunts, that's right, my Aunt Viv was there. So they are just taking off. You know, they're going around me. They're far ahead of me, like every time. But it never fails. Every time we get to a certain landmark, we're like 20 miles ahead of y'all.
I don't understand
like, how did that happen? You guys took
we were
off speeding,
so ahead.
And then all of a sudden, oh, yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. We've been past that.
I remember when we met each other at the Buc-ee's. Mm-hmm. I was like, what?
Yeah.
How are you? And you were on your way out. We were on our way there. Like we just got there.
Yeah. So when we got to Pigeon Forge or Seaverville.
And I just want to say a statement real quick. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have never been to a Buc-ee's, you have no idea what you're missing.
Yes. If there's a Buc-ee's gas station,
you have to get out. Just get out.
Yeah.
It is a gas station shop, I would have to say. Home goods, food court. I don't know what else to say. Restaurant, all that mushed together. Yes, it is that good.
And let me tell you something. This may be
and poopy bathroom.
That's what I'm about to say. This may be TMI.
TMI.
I don't like to go number 2 on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll hold it till I get to like a house or something. But Buc-ee's bathrooms,
it's heaven.
I will go in there.
You got your own private room.
Yes, it is,
and it's so clean. It smells clean when you get in there. It's wonderful.
Cleaning. It's like this big room that you have to yourself. You know, when you go in the stall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Man, I wish they had one like the corner from.
Oh man, it would be trouble. I wouldn't want it to be there because it would be trouble because they got these sandwiches. Like I love their brisket sandwich and chopped brisket. Even the turkey. I didn't have the turkey, but it smelled so good.
Yeah, Buc-ee's is it.
They have everything.
Buc-ee's makes you want to like, oh, I can't wait to take that road trip because you are wanting and you can't wait to go to it. And it really is a big deal. It is such a big deal that Kenny, my sister and I, we took a picture with Buc-ee's. It's a big deal. Like he was some type of mascot. Yeah. They have all kinds of drinks. You will go crazy.
All kinds of fountain drinks.
Kinds of fountain drinks. Like the coffee area. It's like a mini Starbucks. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's a Wawa
home goods.
A Wawa home goods.
Beautiful. Like
Target. All that
home stuff they have on there. Yeah. Oh, and it's also a clothing store too.
Yeah. It's
big
all
time.
On steroids, and then they have look like 100 pumps to do gas.
Oh yeah,
gas pumps. But so we get there to, I want to say this was Seaverville, which is in connection of Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. They're all in the middle, right next to each other. Mm-hmm. And when we get there, my aunt was trying to figure out when she would get the instructions on the house that we were waiting on, the cabin. Basically, how do we get in there? Where would the key be or whatever? Well, there's no key. There's actually a lock code. So,
and it was freezing.
Yeah, it was snowing when we got there. There was snow
Oh
on
my
the ground.
God, it was cold. It was 18 degrees.
Yeah, Isaac was so excited and when we got to that Buc-ee's there. And so when my aunt calls, they told my aunt in a matter of less than 2 hours, 3 different lies. The first lie was that, hey, that cabin's not available because it's bad weather. And so the people that were there have not been able to leave because of the bad weather. That was the first lie. Then the
weather was not all that.
It wasn't.
It was not like blizzard or there was snow falling.
Or icy roads.
Icy roads, right. Pendejos.
And the reason why we know that is because, again, after all this, when we went to the second cabin, we had to drive around in the mountains, up the mountains and around.
Yeah, it was pretty up
ledges
there.
And stuff. Yeah. So then the second lie they told her was that they were snowed in. It was stuck. They couldn't. They were. One of the cars was in a ditch or something like that.
What a lie.
Okay. Then the third lie was that there was a bad accident with one of the kids that they had to get airlifted because of how dangerous the roads are. So, just lie after lie. So they told us that we were going to get a brand new cabin, newer than the one we were going into. It was nice, 5 rooms, all this other stuff. We're like, okay. So we drive around the dangerous cliffs around the mountain with no railings, 2 lanes, one going, one coming.
It was beautiful.
At night.
Yeah.
It was scary.
It was beautiful. Beautiful
my sister
scenery.
was driving, so I know she's scared of heights. So I was driving as slow as I could.
She graduated driving.
Yeah, but she don't want to do that again like me. So then we get into this little town. The little town only has a Dollar General grocery store that I've never seen before. And a pizza place open in a gas station.
That's it.
Right. So when we get in the Dollar General store, the guy talks to me. He says, yeah, we just had a snowstorm last week, and it kept people snowed in because it was 6 inches, and they were stuck for 4 days. And they tell me that on Tuesday, we were there on Monday. They tell me that on Tuesday, it's going to be the same thing. So you better stock up because you're going to be up there a while. And I said, oh, man, here we go.
And he did sound like that. I was right next to hubby when he was talking to him.
So it's 9 of us.
Yeah.
And so we just start stocking up.
We bought so much food.
Oh, my God.
I didn't think we could buy all that food in Dollar General, but we did.
It was a grocery store.
Yeah, it was the Dollar General Market. That's what they're called.
Okay. And then we went across the street to the pizza place.
Oh, that was yummo.
And so
had salad, pizzas.
So at this point, my nerves are like trying to calm down from driving all up and down that mountain and around the cliffs. So I asked the guy, I said, hey, man, this is the address we have to go to. Is it much further? Or he was like, no, it's right up there down the road. I said, okay, so I don't have to go around any cliffs anymore. He said, no more cliffs. You just got to keep going up. I said, oh, no. And he wasn't joking. When we got to the neighborhood to go in the cabin, oh, man, it was so... and this stuff is at nighttime. So all you see...
Yeah, it was pretty late, like 9-ish, 10-ish.
No, it wasn't that late. It was around 6:30.
But it was pretty dark.
It just was super dark.
There wasn't a lot of light neither.
No, there's no lights. You felt like you're going up so vertically that you're going to flip backwards. I mean, it was so high.
Oh, my God. Bendito. He has never gone up a mountain like that,
no,
a little cliff.
Not driving.
Aw.
So then we got there, and you're right. It did remind you of kind of like a nice Hallmark little house on the prairie. The snow's down, all that other stuff, right?
Yeah.
We get in.
Yeah.
And
outside was very nice. Let's say the little snow outside. It was kind of cute. But when we got in there,
it was
a nightmare.
Yeah. It wasn't 5 rooms. It was 4 rooms.
Oh, horrible.
There were dead bugs all over the place.
It was like not even cleaned.
No.
It smelled like it had been closed all year.
Yes. Like it had been, the last time someone had went in it was probably of January of 2023.
Yeah, like whoever was there, I mean, it was
2024.
It was it smelled, you know how you could just tell that's like a place has been abandoned for a year, or you could just tell like I wouldn't be surprised if the last family that was there maybe was like in 2023, like you said.
Yeah, and there was cobwebs.
Yeah, I remember in our room, and it was gross. Oh, and the worst part of all, you ready? There was no hot water.
Listen.
We take so many things for granted. I repeat, we take so many things for granted. But when it's 18-degree weather outside and there's no hot water, and remember, I kept on running it, and I'm like, this is not going to get warm.
I have to correct you on one thing. It was 18 degrees when we got there. By the time we got to the top of the mountain where we were staying, because the cabin was at the top of the mountain.
It was 12.
It was 6.
6 degrees?
Yes.
Wow.
It was 6 degrees.
Yes, it was pretty chilly.
It was very cold, and we were at the top of the mountain. So
and I was wearing like open ripped leggings and yeah.
So we did not have hot water.
Yeah.
The security people, we kept calling. Finally, they told me to go outside and turn on the
thermostat.
No, not the thermostat. The what's the thing that we have out there?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think about the name.
I can't think of the switch. The make sure the hot water heater switch was on out there. I can't think of the name of it. My goodness. But anyways, I did all that. They said let the water run for about 30 minutes. It should be ready. We let it run for an hour. No hot water.
Nothing.
Ice cold. Like it wasn't cold like normal cold water coming out. It was ice cold.
Oh my God. And then the whole area was creepy. Like, remember, I was like, hey, this reminds me of the movie Hereditary.
Well, when me and Isaac went outside, I didn't tell him this because I didn't want to freak him out. But when we start taking the luggage out, the last little bit of luggage that we got out, I looked across and there were 2 yellowish golden eyes looking through the forest at us.
No.
Yeah. And I know it wasn't a bear because the bears are hibernating. So I don't know if that was a mountain lion. I don't know what it was. But
like you actually saw that?
I saw.
Why didn't you tell me?
Why would I tell you that?
Oh man, but it was so
Y'all were
creepy.
inside too. It was just me and him out there.
It was so creepy because as a person that loves horror movies, Hereditary is a pretty intense movie. Yeah. The cabin literally looked like that. Like you look up top, like to the ceiling, and it looked exactly like that when the lady was possessed and she was like climbing through the things like a spider. And then like we went outside. It was 2 floors. Remember?
3.
It was 2. No. Oh, it was 3 floors.
Yeah, because remember, Fondrita had the top.
2.
Remember, she had the top bedroom.
Oh, okay. Yes. And then, so we went outside too, because there was a jacuzzi. And I was just like, oh, I'm not going to get in here. I don't know what kind of.
Yeah, because we've seen dead bugs all over the place, like inside.
I was not thinking about getting in no jacuzzi. So, okay. When you stepped on the area, the second floor outside, what do you call that? It was not a ramp. It was
like the balcony.
The balcony area. It literally felt like it was going to collapse.
Yeah. So I think what happened there, because when we got to the new cabin, it made that sound too, like the first day. I think it was because of how cold it was.
Oh, okay.
So it made the wood sound like that, but it wasn't going to collapse.
I don't know, but it was kind of like
I know what you're talking about.
Creepy, steepy type. It kept on like, I don't know, when we stayed at the other cabin, it was not that intense because I felt like grounded. But on this one, I was just like, okay, this is not right. And then the bathroom setup was weird. The sheets smelled weird. Like the shower. The shower was weird.
And it was dirty.
It was dirty.
Dead bugs.
I was so scared. And then I remember we decided to stay in the room downstairs. Like it was like a little masterish type of bedroom. And no, the creepiest room was our cousin's room. Yeah. It was something out of a horror movie. Like it reminded me of The Conjuring, like straight up Insidious, because it was like one of those really thin spiral type of stairs.
Narrow.
Very narrow, like extremely narrow. And only one person could walk at a time. And then you go into her room up there. Yeah. But her room was the biggest one. It had like everything, the shower. It was the master bedroom, but it was so creepy up there.
Yeah, it was. And so we
So creepy.
So then
the kitchen was gross.
the heater didn't work. Really.
Oh yeah, that's another one. The heater didn't freaking work. We were freezing to death. Mind you, this is the drive. You didn't let them know that did you let them know that we drove from Orlando to Atlanta? We stayed the night.
Yeah.
But we basically got up and then left early the next day to go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
But what you guys do not know is that when we stayed in Atlanta, it was like a quick sleep. Like we were so tired. And people are like, well, how can you be tired when you're the passenger? It's not like you're the driver. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're on a car trip for like 10, 11, 12 hours, I don't care if you're the driver, the passenger, you cannot get comfortable. I'm sorry. You cannot. There's nothing, no sense of comfortability or nothing. So we decided really quick to just stop at our cousin Kathy's house in Atlanta, and we did not take a shower because we were like, okay, it's going to be quick. This is just to get a quick nap in or sleep in. And then we're going to the next stop, which was Tennessee. And we thought we were going to get there early, but that trip ended up being longer. Like how many hours? 6, 7, 8 hours?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that long.
It was about 8 hours to get there because of traffic.
No, what happened was we left a little later because we were trying to get ourselves situated because then we had to, remember, Auntie Vivid and Maya had came with us.
Okay.
And so we had to get all their stuff in there and finally wake up and stuff like that. So
yeah, so it was tough because everyone was tired. So again, you get to this cabinet, the water is not warming up, the heater is not warming up. Everybody was frustrated, cranky, and we were itching to all take a bath.
Yes.
This is day number 2 where we needed to take a bath.
Yes. So ice cold water. So my aunt is on a warpath.
A gangster.
Yeah,
the OG. She is the boss of the family. I'm sorry, Mama. She is the boss of the family. Whatever says goes. I mean, that's it. She's auntie. She's the lead.
She was just on a warpath. So
she's
G. I had to calm her down. And eventually,
was she in a gang in her times?
I don't know.
Because I wouldn't be surprised.
So I had to calm her down, and then finally she got calmed down. And in the morning,
oh, can I tell them the conversation with our cousin, her daughter?
What's that?
So Auntie was so pissed, and Fondrita called her on the phone. Fondrita is kind of like similar to Keith. They're very, very smart people, but they're very smart mouthy. But anyhow, Auntie had called Fondrita, and she was just like, hello? And she was like, huh? You're not making sense. And then Fondrita was like, Mommy, calm down. I am not the enemy here. I am not the enemy here. You're not going to ruin my birthday. And then your aunt was like, I'm sorry, baby. No, but I love the way she did it because it was like a straight face. Like, calm down. I am not the enemy. Right. It was like Guyana. I just wanted to add that to flavor. I hope she listens to this.
Yeah. So in the morning time, my aunt was on a scramble to find a new place, of course, because again, it was a 4-bedroom. It was nothing what we were promised.
It was horrible. They were rude.
They were very rude, very, very rude. And of course, come to find out.
Did you leave the review?
Yes. And they have similar reviews where people were promised certain
no way
cabins, and then they switched up on them, and customer service was horrible. So the previous day, we had to wait on you guys because there was a change. Yeah, there was a change of plans, remember? So I had you guys meet me at the resort where the water park was. Remember, you guys met us at the resort where the water park.
Yes, because we were ahead at that time.
I thought you guys were behind.
Or were we? No, we were ahead. We were waiting for you. We stopped by to get something to eat.
You had stopped at Burger King.
Yeah.
But we were
Fondrita needed to eat.
Yeah. So then...
And I did too.
So the next day, as Iris and I are working actually that day, we took our work stuff with us, so we're going to work that day. So we're
taking meetings and we're just like, and mind you, we just went down this super steep. Remember the super steep stairs they had, which were very creepy?
Yes.
They were super steep. and we brought all of our bags
Take
down.
all of our bags down.
Oh my God. And there were like 3 big bags.
But we kind of knew that we weren't going to stay there, right?
So I didn't really unpack,
Right.
but I did take out like some warm clothes. Like I literally slept with my sweater and sweatpants. That's how cold I was.
And so, you know, especially for us black folks, you know, we have to range off, as it called back in the day. That means go to the sink. But it was so cold that you literally would have probably passed out if you tried to wrench off.
Even when we would talk, you could see the little
Inside the house.
inside
You
the
could see
house.
smoke.
That's how
cold.
bad it was.
So the maintenance guy came over. He told my aunt there was no way. He said this water is not going to be fixed. He said there's no way the water's going to turn hot. So
You got to say it in the country accent.
he didn't have a country accent.
Oh,
the
he
young
did
guy.
not.
No, he
Okay.
didn't. So then they told my aunt they would give her a full refund if she left by 12. So just rude. So I told my aunt was, you know, she came to me. She said, well, you know, I'm trying to just find a place. And so I thought back to when we stopped to wait for you guys.
Well, hold on. We were working, and the family broke the news to us. Iris, Ronnie Keith,
Oh yeah.
it's time to leave. We got to get out of here at 12. At 12.
At 12 o'clock. And at this
And
time,
mind
it's
you, we
like
had all this
9.
food.
Yeah. So everybody's scrambling. So then I'm scrambling and trying to find a place.
I never seen black people move so fast in my life.
Right. 'Cause you know
Sorry.
we ain't moving fast. Not to get somewhere on time. But then, you know, it was just like, okay, what do we do? So I thought about the place that we had stopped at. It was a resort.
Great thinking.
Big water park on the outside and then a water park on the inside. So I just happened to go
Looked
back to
kinda
their-
cool.
Yeah. I went back to their website. And I even said it the day before. I said it to myself. I didn't say it out loud. I said, man, this would have been a nice place to stay. But it looks like a hotel. Come to find out, they have cabins. So I was like, I told my aunt, I said, hey, look, let's call this place. They have cabins. And so we gave them a call. And bada bing, bada boom, we went with it. And it was the best decision
It was
ever.
beautiful.
Now, mind you, the cabin that we were in,
Yeah.
the scenery was beautiful because
Yes, because it was it was like natural, like a natural cabinish settings in the mountains. And the other place that we stayed that was beautiful as well, it was a hotel, right? Kind of like a hotel, but it was still a cabin, if that makes sense.
I wouldn't say it was a hotel. This is what I would say.
With hotel and amenities? Did I say that right?
Well, the hotel itself and the resort was down the road from the actual cabin we stayed in. The cabin was like in a neighborhood.
Yes,
with
it was
other
like
cabins. It looked like a house.
Yeah, it looked like a legit cabin, or it was a cabin, but it was like a spin-off because they had like actual hotels here.
Yeah.
They even had villas.
Yeah.
And they had actually bigger cabins than what we had.
Yeah.
And then we had our cabin.
And we weren't up on a mountain, but we were up on a hill.
We
like
were up on a
little
hill, yeah.
And
it was so cute.
It was 3 levels, but it was very modern. It was when I opened up the door,
Very hotelish.
it smelled like a brand new.
Oh yeah, we smelled like the Febreze, and it's like,
it was totally different. It was 3 levels. The top level had 2 rooms, 2 bathrooms for each room.
What is the hotel called?
Oh God, I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
I'll
so
have
we
to
could
look it
tell
up.
our listeners
Yeah.
to check it out.
So
it was nice.
So let me tell you, it's not a hotel. I don't know. My wife keeps calling it a hotel.
But it is part of a hotel.
It's a resort
Okay, so it's part of the resort.
because they have an area where the hotel is, where the actual inside water park is.
Yeah.
That's like a mile away from where the cabin was. Then they had a villa, which you have
villas.
to go right before you get.
They were
to.
so cute.
Very nice. And then right up on a hill are the cabins. The cabins are like in the community. Like the cabins we went to the first time, they're like probably like a half mile from each other. You really like the thing that
It's a natural setting,
There
a
you go.
natural, like you're in a mountains out there. It was very natural.
Absolutely.
That's the best way I could put it to everyone that's listening.
Yeah. So we actually, my aunt, she made the change, you know what I mean, to the place. And the name of the place that we stayed at was called Wilderness at the Smokies. That was the name of.
Very nice. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Yes.
Even the villas were like the cutest thing.
Yes.
I think there were like 1 or 2 bedrooms. Very nice.
There
Or
were
3 bedroom.
3 bedrooms.
Very, very nice.
So,
But it was beautiful. Like it was clean. It was nice.
yeah.
We all walked in and we were like in aha, like, oh, yes. Everybody was tired. We had this long ass drive.
Mm-hmm.
We all wanted to take a bath. It had like how many bathrooms? 4 bathrooms?
Where?
4.5 bathrooms? Where? The Wilderness Lodge.
The new one?
Yeah, the new one.
Oh, no, we had.
It was a lot.
5 bedrooms.
5 bedrooms.
We had 5.5 bathrooms.
Everybody had their own spot.
Each room had a bathroom, and then there was a half of a bathroom without a shower on the floor that we stayed at.
Right.
But let me tell you, cool. We got this new place. Now it was driving back.
Yeah.
And now the fear for me was now it's daytime. So I could see all these cliffs. I could see down them. Mm-hmm. And it was even scarier. But I'll take that back. Driving to it was scarier than leaving because when we left, I could see the road. I didn't look out over on the cliffs, but I could actually see the road now. And it wasn't, those blind spots going around were so bad.
You mean when we left the first cabin?
Yeah, when we left the first.
Yeah, that morning of.
Yeah. So we got to the cabin place. The people were so nice. They gave us free pizza
so
certificates. We got to the cabin. It's a modern cabin.
It's beautiful. When you walked in, it was like a huge kitchen, and everybody just we have such a great family, and basically what we buy is for everyone, and we sharing is caring. And you come in, and there's like a TV, a dining area, and they had 2 bedrooms. So the master bedroom there.
It was a family room. With the kitchen, the big dining table. There's upstairs was the 2 rooms. With
2 rooms.
Bathrooms.
That's where like our sister, my son stayed. And then downstairs was the best part. So we decided to stay downstairs, kind of like the basement, because that's where it gets cooler and hotter. It's just the best. We just loved that. But it had we had our own room. It was a small little room, but it was convenient. And we had our own bathroom right then and there.
Nice.
I don't mind sharing my bathroom, but it's something about when you're just using your own bathroom and you could just be messy because we're messy people. It was just so convenient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had that. And then
the cherry on top, though.
Movie theater was right next door. It
had a movie theater.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
A 10-seater.
Yeah, a 10-seater movie theater. And it was so comfortable, the chairs and everything. And I think the first day that we came, everybody was just like, oh my God. We stayed pretty much the whole day in the movie theater. We used the hell out of that cabin.
Yes. So I'll tell you, it's called Wilderness at the Smokies. And the cabin that we stayed at is a 5-bedroom entertainment cabin, which is 3,200 square feet and features 5 bedrooms.
It was amazing.
A full kitchen with breakfast bar, dining room, living room, and family room with fireplace, wet bar, theater room. There is also a large deck with outdoor seating. Bedroom 1 king-size bed, TV, full bathroom, in-room safe. Bedroom 2, 1 queen-size bed, TV.
That was pretty big.
Then upper level, bedroom 3, 2 sets of twin bunk beds, TV. Bed 4, 2 queen size bed, TV, full bathroom. Bed 5, 1 queen size bed, full bathroom. Family room with 2 sleeper sofas, foosball table, TV.
Yeah, because the floor that we were in, there was another family room in there.
Yes.
There was another dining table there, a little kitchenette, a separate bathroom so that nobody had to go to your bathroom. It was really nice.
Absolutely.
The movie theater was everything. I mean, we had access to everything, straight up, Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, Peacock. We had access to everything. Apple, everything.
Yeah, it was wonderful. So it was much better. Everybody was much more comfortable. We had hot water.
Everybody had their own bed.
Yeah.
We took a hot, nice shower.
Yes.
And then everybody was toasted up because it was cold.
Yes.
It was pretty cold.
Absolutely. So we enjoyed ourselves. We went to Gatlinburg.
Shopping.
Gatlinburg is very nice. Now there, you do drive through a mountain, but it's not going up. It's just going on a level, on a flat level, but it's beautiful scenery.
Yeah,
because it got little waterfalls and the little river and stuff like that. So that was beautiful. You didn't feel like you were in danger. Gatlinburg is cool. It was nice. However, for me, I'm going to speak strictly for me.
Here we go.
As a black man.
Dramatic.
I like going to a place where I see some of my people around.
Oh, yeah.
And when I got there, where we stayed at Seaverville, Pigeon Forge, in Gatlinburg, I saw 3 black people the whole time we were there from Monday to Friday.
I didn't see any Latinos.
No, there was none of them.
At least you saw some black folks. I mean, I didn't see any Latinos.
They probably was already picked up ice.
Probably.
So, listen.
That's horrible.
He had just taken office, so.
Yeah, he just had taken his inauguration that Monday.
So, I kid you not, we saw one black person we stopped at Zaxby's to get Mama some chicken.
Yeah.
And then there was one black person there. Then we saw a couple in Gatlinburg when we were there walking the street. 3. That's a big, major flag for me, to the point where I was checking to see if this was a sundown town, because I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, there was none. I mean, it was so different, the people, that I remember even going to the CVS. The lady was like, well, I've reckoned that by next week we'll be in tank tops and the shorts, ma'am. But she said, hey, madam. She called me madam. Yeah. It was all about madam. And then I was so irritated. Pretty much everywhere that we went, it was like, oh yeah, it's a slow season. Yeah. See, we're so spoiled here in Orlando. We don't believe in this slow season.
Right, absolutely.
Because everything would close early. They had the special business hours and all this stuff, and some of the stuff we missed out on because we didn't know about this stupid slow season.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tennessee folks, we don't hear that kind of here in Orlando.
Right.
We are the city that never sleeps 24/7. Disney is still up and running. The airport is still everything is up and running like crazy. Universal, Legoland, Busch Gardens. I mean, Busch Gardens in Tampa, but we just SeaWorld, everything is up, and we don't believe in slow season, none of that. We are a big tourist city here. We keep going and going and going.
So Dolly World, which is Dolly Parton's theme park, it's closed during this time.
Oh my God, I was so pissed.
But we did go to her resort to get that famous cinnamon bread that they had.
I would not mind staying at that resort. That was a beautiful resort. It was it looked like the Grand Floridian.
It did.
That was the closest thing to a Grand Floridian.
It really did. You're right. Mm-hmm. And that cinnamon bread, man.
Oh my God, it was Dolly cinnamon bread. It was so good. I could have ate the whole thing.
Boy. You almost did.
I did.
You almost did.
They had a little food thing going on there, but it was the closest thing that we could have gotten in the theme park.
Yeah, that's what they sell in the theme park. So she has this world famous cinnamon bread.
So good.
They sell it at the resort, and it is so good. Mm-hmm. Overall, I'll say that the biggest thing that I enjoyed about this trip was family time.
Yeah, I do love that.
We were all together. And we've been doing that more often, especially experiencing some losses. We have our movie night that we do almost every twice a month, once or twice a month.
Yeah,
we've done it twice this month so far already, but we do that. But it was good for us all to get together. The city of Tennessee, though, I do not recommend.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
I mean, city of Tennessee. That's the state. The city of Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, it was.
But you and Mama,
it was not my cup of tea. I would not mind going back again if we stay at a similar type of cabin.
Stay at that cabin, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going. I would not mind going at all. but it's not somewhere I'm sitting here like, oh my God, I have to go so bad and I can't wait. No, we're not. It's not even like that. But I would go back. I mean, if to stay at Dolly Parton's hotel too, who wouldn't want to go back to that beautiful hotel? It was gorgeous.
Not me. I'm not driving anywhere to Tennessee again. I don't want to go around any
Well, I wouldn't
mountains
drive.
again.
I would fly.
Two
different
I don't
things.
even want to go to any mountains again. I'm done.
What are you going to do when you go to Puerto Rico?
I'm not going to the mountain area.
There's mountains everywhere.
Not
in PR.
everywhere. I've seen flat land, and I do not
Look at
have to
him
go to the
speaking
mountains.
like he has been there.
Listen, I see where the airport is. I see the little highway that they have
There's mountains
there.
everywhere, sweetheart.
Yeah,
Sorry to break it
well,
down
if
to you.
it's where the mountains are, I'm not going. I'm just not going.
What a scary cat.
No, thank you. But I enjoyed my time with family. I enjoyed the cinnamon bread.
I did too. Everything was perfect. Once we got that cabin and got that situation straightened out, I think everything was definitely a moment to cherish because it was very nice. Everything was just perfect. I mean, the theater room was the cherry on top, and we had fun. We had a dancing contest, and it was great. Everybody had to dance to something. I danced to salsa.
Yeah.
But the fact of reality is all good things come to an end. And then we had to do the big drive back home with no stop.
Yes, we did.
That was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. But we went from 18, 20 degree weather to 30 something degree weather.
And it started
and that was
getting
a big difference.
Yeah, it started getting warmer and warmer.
And I mean, when we got to
we
Orlando,
drove
it was
to
only
Orlando.
39 degrees.
Yeah.
But considering we were in 20 degree weather in Tennessee, it felt hot. It felt warm.
Yeah, and then we were driving through the areas that it did snow in Florida this year.
Yes.
It just had snow, like people in Pensacola.
Well, we didn't go to Pensacola.
Well, that area.
But north,
yeah, like
through. We
high
saw a little
north.
bit. It wasn't
Yeah.
that bad. But
It wasn't that bad because we did stop by at a gas station coming back home, and there was snow.
Yeah.
There was snow in Florida.
Sure was.
But it was a rough drive. I mean, not gonna lie, it was pretty rough, but we made it.
Yeah, we made it. So that was our adventures in Tennessee, where we went on our vacation, and I'm sure we'll be back with some more adventures for you guys of where we went.
So what's in store? What's coming up?
Well, we've
been kind of like planning this and pondering some thoughts about it.
So, I'm not going to share the big one that we have until
after
it happens, right?
Yeah,
I want to share it before. But we have a couple of trips, one for our son's birthday. He's going to be 20 years old, but he's still at he's 10. And he wants for his birthday to go.
Is it Gen Z or Gen X? His generation.
I don't know.
I always get those confused.
I don't know. I don't even try to keep up anymore.
They're just different.
He wants to go on a Disney cruise. So we're taking him on a Disney.
But they are the best.
They're not.
They are. They're one of my top 3.
Give me Virgin Celebrity.
Yeah.
And then after that, Carnival. So we're taking him.
Carnival's so trashy. Remember what Heather said.
That's okay. You got to go on the right one.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
We're taking him on a Disney cruise. And then Iris and I will have something planned. I don't know what I want for us to do. I know we're going to do a cruise, just you and I. But I also would like to do something else. Maybe go, we hadn't been to Charleston in a while or something like that. I know we do have something to do in Miami too. So little trips here or there. Then,
I want to go to Chicago for my birthday.
For your
this
birthday,
year.
that's right. Chicago
In the summertime.
Yes. So as long as the planes don't keep falling down.
Oh my gosh.
Because they keep falling.
You got to think positive and pray.
I will, but I want to see the Lord, but I don't want to see him right now. Okay. We really appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you. And keep the fan mail coming, please. We just love the support, and
please ask us
you got to click download. It's what counts. It makes a difference.
Please. And hit the text Ronnie Keith, Conversations with Ronnie Keith and Iris, when you open up the podcast. I have it on my Instagram page, and I think I had posted on my Facebook page too. But please, when you open up to listen to the show, text us a fan mail question. We can do a whole episode of answering fan mail.
Yeah.
We actually did one.
Yeah, we did. And I like I had mentioned prior, there's no wrong or right question. Ask us anything. Is there something you want to know? Is there something you want to clarify? Is there somebody you want us to bring back and interview? Do you have a question for one of the personnels that we recently interviewed? What would you like to know? We are an open book. We are very honest, very transparent. We're real. That's what makes us a little bit different. We add a little of a hint of pizzazz there to our show, which kind of makes us stand out comparable to other podcasts. So share the love and don't be scared to just send us some love and text us.
Absolutely. Well, this was fun. I really enjoyed this.
I did too.
This has been
Conversations with Ronnie Keith
and Edie.